Ahoy there, pirates! Marky or Kerfuffle Hustle here from Rare Thief. The next time you wake up at an outpost, you'll have a new way to collect new quests. No, it's not a new trading company voyage. And no, it's not a new Bilge Rat adventure. It's maps created by your fellow pirates throughout the seas. On each sea post and outpost, you'll now see a quest board. Essentially, the quest board is a ruggedly rustic piratical rendition of a community bulletin board. Here, pirates can share any treasure stash maps their crew has created, and other pirates can then visit the quest board, take these maps, and experience pirate-created adventures. Pirates who interact with the quest boards, either by posting maps or taking maps, will earn reputation and renown. Whether you have leftover treasure stash maps to post, or you're just looking for a unique experience, you'll want to stop by the quest board at your next outpost visit. You never know what your fellow pirates have in store for you. Will you discover a trove of treasure to rival the Fort of Fortune? Or will you fall into a trap filled with deadly gunpowder barrels? Either way, it makes for a fine tavern tale. Before your clever little pirate minds begin concocting all manner of magnanimous or devious surprises, you might want to know a few quest board basics. First, where are they? While you can find these on both sea posts and outposts, you'll likely first encounter them on the outposts. They'll be on the main jetty, usually near the shipwright or merchant alliance, as you make your way from the tavern to your ship. The quest boards will display several pieces of parchment secured in a pirate's finest fashion, a dagger. The boards are also adorned with a few conspicuous gold hoarder references, including a jeweled and looming skull. Aye, these quest boards are easy to spot, even at night, thanks to thoughtfully added candles. What kind of maps can you find? Well, you will always find maps on the quest board. If the pirates crewing the ships at sea have not posted many maps, the world's other pirates will provide their own. Each map is emblazoned with the name of its author. So, it might be a name belonging to one of the world's pirates, who you'll likely never encounter. However, it might be a name you spy on another crew at sea. It might even be a name you recognize from beyond the sea. There are two types of maps: stashes and hoards. If the map's name has the word stash in it, you'll know that the map has a small number of items. These maps usually have no more than 4 items to discover. If the map's name has the word hoard in it, you'll know that the map has a large number of items buried there. These maps usually have at least 5 items to discover. You won't know exactly how many items are buried on the map until you take that map from the quest board. How do you take a map? To take a map, interact with the quest board. A menu will open with 2 sections, quest board and my maps. Select the quest board section of the menu and you will see a list of all the possible maps you can take. You can even filter the list of maps by region for convenience. So, you can weigh your options based on region, whether the map is a stash or a hoard, and perhaps even the name of the map's author. Then, once you find a map you like, take it and confirm your choice. After you confirm the map you want, it will be added to your quest radial. You'll also see that, just as if you had created your own map, the map you take from the quest board will be stored in the map bundle on your ship. Can anyone take a map? Aye. Any pirate can take a map from the quest board at any time during their session, regardless of reputation level or emissary status. That is, unless you've already taken your fair share. You can only take up to 5 maps from the quest board for each in-game day. Seeing as it will likely take longer than 1 day on these seas to complete all 5 maps, 5 should be plenty at any given time. Naturally, completing these maps will take a lot longer if you don't know what island you're looking at. Of course, you could try to find the island on your map table. However, especially for smaller islands, it might seem a bit tedious zooming in and out for every little speck of an island. So, if you're not quite sure what island you're looking at, you can always use your handy interactive map. Simply click on the Island Finder icon. You can even set the thumbnail at the top for quicker scrolling or larger images. Then, when you find a match, click on the island image and voila! You'll see the island appear on your map. If you're still getting your sea legs and you aren't sure where that is in relation to you, don't worry. The coordinates on the interactive map match up with the coordinates on your map table. You'll have your heading in no time. Now that we've covered taking maps, how do you post your maps? Your crew must have at least one treasure stash map to post to a quest board, and the map must be one that your crew created. This means you cannot post treasure stash maps that have been gifted to you, taken from a quest board, or that you have stolen. This also means that you cannot share maps you've received from trading companies or messages in a bottle. You also cannot post treasure stash maps for Outposts, as those maps are a tad too easy to create and far too easy to exploit for rewards. If you haven't the foggiest idea what I am prattling on about with these treasure stash maps, never fear, we have a whole video devoted to burying treasure, creating treasure stash maps, and stealing maps, which we'll link below. There is one tidbit we did not mention in that video though, because it pertains to the quest board: authorship. If a whole crew can create a single treasure stash map together, who is the author? Originally, we thought that the author might be the pirate who posts the map to the quest board. However, in our experience, the author is the pirate who buries the first piece of treasure for that map. After all, burying that first piece of treasure creates the map. Although other crew members can of course add to that map, the pirate who created the map will show up as the author on the quest board. So, if you're keen to make your mark on the quest boards, be sure that you are the first pirate in your crew to bury a piece of treasure on the island. How do you know which treasure stash maps your crew created? Treasure stash maps your crew created will have the green icon next to them when viewed from the quest radial. By contrast, treasure stash maps your crew acquired from stealing, gifting, or the quest board will have a purple icon. Once you have an eligible treasure stash map, interact with the quest board. A menu will open with two sections: quest board and My Maps. Go to the My Maps section of the menu and you will see a list of all your suitable maps. Choose the map you wish to post, confirm your choice, and it will appear on every quest board throughout the Sea of Thieves. For your server, that is. Of course, the server-specific nature of these quest board posts prompts some additional questions. What happens if, while you're sailing, there is a server merge? Aye, if the world suddenly stands still as scrawling rhymes swim before your eyes, don't panic. 'Tis a mere merging of the seas. In a server merge, all of your quest board posts and all of your buried treasure will follow you to your new horizons. What happens if you leave the seas and the server you were on ceases to exist? Ah yes, if a server simply ceases to exist, then yes, your posts and buried treasure will also cease to exist. However, never fear, if a server does shut down, pirates will be given a respectable percentage of the renown and reputation they might have otherwise earned. How do you earn renown and reputation? Posting your treasure stash maps to the quest board will earn you both renown and reputation. As we already mentioned, if the server shuts down in your absence, you will be given a percentage of the renown and reputation you might have otherwise earned. However, you will earn the full worth of your buried treasure only if another crew decides to take your map and successfully digs up your buried treasure. If the other crew does successfully dig up your treasure, you will earn renown and reputation for each individual item the crew digs up. The other crew doesn't need to complete your map or even turn in the loot for you to receive your rewards. If you buried several items and they only unearth one, you will still earn the renown and reputation for that one item. Now knowing that you'll earn reputation for each item, you've likely also surmised that you'll be earning reputation for that item's corresponding trading company. For example, if someone were to dig up your buried merchant item, like a crate of exotic silks, you would earn reputation with the Merchant Alliance. The amount of season renown and trading company reputation awarded is based on the value of the item you buried. For example, you will earn much more season renown and reputation with the Order of Souls for a villainous bounty skull than you would for a foul bounty skull. Of course, a pirate's renown and reputation throughout the seas wouldn't be worth much if said pirate simply buried, shared, and dug the same treasure over and over with another crew. Thus, an unearthed piece of buried treasure will only award renown and reputation once. How do you know if someone has unearthed your buried treasure? Whether a crew completes your map while you are still sailing, or while you are away from the sea, you will receive your deferred rewards the next time you set sail. At the start of your session, you will receive a notification letting you know that other pirates have discovered your buried treasures. So, if you post several maps during your sailing session, the next time you wake up in a tavern, you could be waking up to a slew of rewards. Not a bad way to wake up in a tavern. Alright, me hearties, you should now be ready to make the most of these new quest boards. If you have any questions, comments, stories about the maps you've cleverly created, or stories about the maps you've found, let us know in the comments below. See you on the seas!